Supporters of second division Wolverhampton Wanderers are claiming an unusual record after chartering 6 planes for the away match at Newcastle. They say it's the biggest airlift ever organised for an English League game, and it was richly rewarded.
950 Wolves fans met at Birmingham Airport this morning, a massive New Year's Day party at £73 a head, the special fare from the Midlands to Newcastle. The Greenland branch of the supporters club was represented. The Guinness Book of Records will be formally contacted tomorrow.
When it started to get up to the 900 mark, we really couldn't believe it. We didn't know when it was going to peter out, to be truthful. And in fact, even at the airport, fans were trying to get on board the aircraft. Incredible.
If Santa had run out of presents by the time they'd reached the ground, Newcastle hadn't. An early penalty miss, and then in the second half, a bad defensive error made the trip worthwhile. Steve Bull, Wolves' star striker, had refound his touch. With only 1 goal to his credit in 2 months, he then scored 4 in the space of half an hour. Bull was on a roll as Newcastle collapsed. The atmosphere in the ground turned ugly moments later as Bull collected his hat-trick. One home fan had to be restrained from attacking the Newcastle bench in his anger and frustration. A consolation goal followed, only to be topped again by Bull. A hint on New Year's Day of a World Cup year that Bull means England business.
And that's all from the newsroom tonight. Good night.
Und auch die immer wieder knapp am Sieg vorbeifuhren.
900 Wolves fans chose jet travel, I should say, to see their team's New Year game at St James's Park, and after Steve Bull's remarkable 4 goals in just 26 minutes, they sang all the way back. Airport staff had never seen anything like it.
Destination Newcastle, and the departures hall at Birmingham International was bathed in the old gold and black. The Wolves away day was never going to be anything but a party. On the tarmac, the first of the continual choruses. Even the plane carried the club's colours.
I'm going to Newcastle today. I've finished my very busy schedule now. I'm off up to see the Wolves, play Newcastle, and we're hoping for a very good win today.
I've never flown and I am frightened to death. My girlfriend bought me this ticket, I didn't know nothing about it.
The first of 6 737 and 757s headed out. Each fan had paid around £75 for the flight, and it seemed everyone was entering the spirit of the day. A uniformed welcoming party greeted them at Newcastle, but already the head of the flying convoy had transferred to coach and moved on to St James's Park for the match kicking off. The team had travelled more modestly. They'd come by bus all the way. But it hadn't done Mark Kendall any harm, as he saved Quinn's penalty kick after just 7 minutes. The second half brought Bull's domination, the first with the help of Paul Corp. Keith Downing started the move down the middle for the second. You don't give Bull this much space and get away with it. Who said he was going through a lean spell? The hat-trick was completed within 9 minutes. Those air tickets had been money well spent. And the 4th goal just confirmed it.
I'll just keep plugging away. They got the games to me to take chance after chance after chance, and the goals will come in. And today, those poaching goals really, and those good goals. Really. I was more happy for the fans really, because there was hours of travel down on the plane and everything. It was unbelievable. It's a big ground, and it was just great to play here.
So celebrations in the sky, and hardly surprisingly, the homeward trip was a rather more noisy affair.
First, we've some news that may please fans of Leicester City. David Pleat, the City manager, is to ask for loan extensions for 2 players, Kevin Campbell of Arsenal and Paul Moran of Spurs. Meanwhile, Gary McAllister, Leicester's £1 million rated midfielder, who is attracting interest from Nottingham Forest, has said he's not rushing into anything, just at the moment. Well, whatever the 90s may eventually bring, no one can deny the excellent start to the new decade by 2 Midlands football clubs. As today's headlines clearly show, Aston Villa are the Midlands team, snapping at the heels of the First Division leaders Liverpool. While in the Second Division, Wolves blasted 4 goals past Newcastle United, with Steve Bull the only Wolves name on the score sheet. And there was high-flying support for Wolves at St James's Park. Near 1,000 of their fans took to the air yesterday to give them a boost on Tyneside. Richard Uridge joined them.
"950 Wolves fans made the trip north by plane. The carnival atmosphere in the departure hall at Birmingham Airport, a continuation of the New Year's celebrations just a few hours earlier.
Over the Christmas period, I've talked to a lot of managers, Kenny Dalglish, manager of Arsenal, also Alex Ferguson, and they all wanted the same thing for Christmas. And of course, they wanted Stevie Ball. And the only answer to that is, I'm very, very sorry, but Santa is a Wolves fan, and there's no way they're getting him. He's staying at Molineux, and I think a hat-trick today would go down very, very nicely for the Wolves fans.
The Flying Wolves filled 6 aircraft. It could be the biggest airlift in Football League history, and the Guinness Book of Records has been informed. Fans paid £73 each for the half-hour flight, an attractive alternative to the usual 6-hour slog up the motorway. But the whole idea had humble beginnings, the supporters club expecting 80 fans to fly at the most.
When it started to climb to 180 and 200 plus, I thought, well, that's incredible. Then when it got over 600, the airlines thought that I was stupid by that time, and so did I, in all honesty. But when it started to get up to the 900 mark, we really couldn't believe it. We didn't know when it was going to peter out, to be truthful. And in fact, even at the airport, fans were trying to get on board the aircraft. Incredible.
An incredible response for an incredible game. The first half as dull as the northern weather. The second half, which saw Santa's dream of a Steve Bull hat-trick come true. As I say, 4 great goals from you. Are you going to be able to do the same thing for England, do you think?
Well, as I say, I'll just keep plugging away at my own club. As I say, England's second ambition, really. As I say, as long as he gives me another chance now and again, as I say, it might come right.
Lineker might be a worried man tonight.
No, not really. As I say, all strikers go through phases of scoring goals and not scoring goals. As I say, he's at the moment, and same as David Platt, they've both been scoring goals and I've been dried up. But as I say, I've come back tonight with 4 goals and just touch wood, like, I hope it can carry on.
Not a bad start to the season then for Bull, and plenty for the Wolves fans to sing about on the flight home.
The South Bank sing, a new king's born today. His name is...
So now it's official, Santa is a fan of Wolves.